Whew. Well, I can't say I'm upset. I love that trade. I mean, I love the acquisition. I love the decision made by arguably the best scorer in the NBA, Kevin Durant. Um, what's up with all the hate? I just can't stand the hate. I can't stand the hate. You know, it's like a guy makes his decision to play for who he wants to play for. Back in the day, they used to give contracts that were 7 years, 10 years, lock players up. But you know what? They stopped doing that because in NBA teams were getting stuck with players that were getting hurt and be getting paid for like 3-4 years and not even take the court. But they had a contract, so NBA wanted to do away with that, and now you can only sign for a 5-year contract. Well, the loss of security the players had was an equal gain in the control over their careers that they got in return. So it's a different NBA. I don't want to hear all the, in my day, or, other guys never would have teamed up. You couldn't team up. You had a 10-year contract for $120 million. Of course, don't give me that. Players back then would do the same thing as the players nowadays if they had the opportunity. They would. They just did not have the opportunity to do all that. So, it's great for the NBA. The whole, it's a soap opera for men, and it gives us something more to look forward to now. I'm a LeBron fan. I cheer for the Cavs because LeBron's on the squad. I'm a Timberwolves fan. I'm a Spurs fan, but I'm a LeBron fan. But and it's not like I want the best team to win. I cheer for him, but at the same time, if he loses, he loses. But I don't look at losing as like really a barometer for how good you are. I look at how you play the game. I look at statistically how you do. So it's eye test. It's stats, and then winning, being in winning situations and coming through. It counts, but I'm not going to hold it against them if a guy carried his team and was the best player on the court and didn't win. That hasn't him. If he's the best player on the court, then he was the best player on the court. Win or lose, you're still the best player on the court. And just because one team won, because one team had a core that was better, or had 8-9 guys that could play, and the other guy only had 2 guys that could play, I'm not going to hold it against them. So. Again, back to the Durant being a Warrior. I love it. I love it because now there's a bunch of teams that thought they had a chance to win that know now they got to do something in order to win. So it's just a domino effect, and now we're gonna see, a few other trades probably happen. As far as what do I expect from that team? They're beatable. They're definitely beatable. They are the best team in the league. There's no doubt. They are the best team in the league. They need to get some inside presence. They just signed Zaza Pachulia the other day. That's not enough, in my opinion. If they had Bogut still, I would think that they were dang near unstoppable, honestly. Bogut was so important to their team. When Bogut went down, that's when I realized that's when I thought Cleveland has a good chance to pull this out, actually. So they need a big guy, because right now they're the best shooting team in the league, but they're not the strongest team. They're not the biggest team. They can be pushed around, and that's how teams are gonna have to beat them, is by physically pushing them around. You're not going to be able to outshoot these guys. You're not going to be able to run them out the gym. You have to be physical. It's going to be interesting to see how these players gel. I think they're going to probably gel pretty well. I'm gonna be interested after the first month to see what the scoring is like and where the scoring has come from. Who's leading the team in scoring? Who's second? Who's third? Who's fourth? I mean, I'm pretty sure Curry or Durant are gonna be 1, 2, followed by Clay, and then obviously Draymond. You know, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's just gonna be interesting to see who number 1 is. I think really Durant or Curry. But I expect a really fun team. I expect a team that can put up points like no other. Like I said, if they don't get a big man though, I put the over under as far as games won next year. I'm gonna go like 71. That's my over under. I'm not gonna go crazy and say 80. Injuries can happen, so you never want to discount that. But again, you know, it's just gonna be. The one thing I like about Golden State too is they kept the guys that I thought they needed to keep. They kept Sean Livingston. They kept Andre Iguodala. So their team is so strong. That team, I mean, they have such a great They have the best small ball lineup ever by far. They got the most talent on the team ever. The team is just stacked. It's unbelievable. It was such an awesome. I'm so happy that I was able to see this type of a get together by great players. I mean, a lot of people hate it. A lot of people don't want to see this stuff. A lot of people want to talk bad about it. I just don't. It's just a hating mentality. It just is. You know, things evolve, things change, and I'm so happy I get to see this kind of talent amassed on one team and to see how it's going to work out. You know, it's going to answer a lot of questions. You know, we're going to get to the point where we're going to have like 5 All-Stars on one team. You know, but Golden State, man, they just have such a great array of talent. I'm gonna be happy to watch it. I love greatness in all forms. I respect all great athletes. I respect that, you know, God made them and they have the God-given ability that only God can give. You know, it's just, you know, you marvel at that. You know, that's why I'm a big LeBron fan, because he's just a freak of nature. You know, and it's like, man, you know, it's like almost like a different species. You know, it's almost not even human. But it's gonna be interesting to see what the Cavs do in particular. It's gonna be interesting. You know, Spurs just signed Paul Gasol. So it's going to be interesting what the Cavs do. Right now there's been a lot of D-Wade talk. I don't see how that happens cap-wise. I just don't get it. But I don't know. They're trying to work something out. They're trying to talk somehow. I just don't see how it would work though. I can't really give a prediction. I mean, if everyone stays healthy on Golden State, I mean, they're the favorites to win. They should win. I do think, though, that the Cavs obviously can give them a run. If they're weaker inside, that's going to make it easier for LeBron, you know? So, that great offensive pieces, none of them can stop LeBron. Iguodala can do a great job, but the thing is they need that big man down low to kind of meet LeBron at the rim. Iggy's going to be another year older. So will LeBron, but I think Iggy's aging faster right now. And LeBron is just a machine of just ridiculous, you know. I mean, to make that chase down block he made, just crazy. So, you know, again, we'll see what happens this season. There's going to be a lot more trades, a lot more things going down. I'm going to be making a few other videos coming up here, but you know, I'm gonna stay on the off season and give you guys reports on, you know, what's going on in college basketball or going on in the NBA, what teams are doing, what kind of looks like is going on. But I did want to make like I wanted to talk about the Kevin Durant thing, since it is basically the biggest thing in the NBA right now. But I love it. Stop hating. Let these guys do what they got to do. Like I said, they're not cattle. They're human beings. They have the right to make their own choices. If you have the choice, you use it. You don't sit there and say, you don't not acknowledge the fact that you have choices just because your ancestors didn't have choices, right? I mean, that's just stupid. So, let's just realize this is what the NBA is. The NBA, players have the right to go wherever they want, and people can make teams however they want. And it's unfair that Minnesota can't attract free agents like LA can. So there's a lot of things that are unfair, but all these different things that are all these crazy things, extremes, are actually what makes the game even out, from a fairness level. So we need to let these things happen and let nature take its course. We're blessed, we're lucky to see this type of talent on a team. We've never seen this before. We've never seen a team that just won 73 games in Golden State pick up, a top 3 player in the NBA. I mean, that's crazy. So let's just watch it. Let's just be excited. Let's just enjoy it and stop hating. Stop hating. Durant's a great player. If he would have gone to Golden State, or if he would have stayed in Oklahoma, he wants to go to Golden State and continue his career. It's his choice. Let him do what he does. Let him do what he wants to do. Let his career play out, and let's watch it. And when he's dumping in 60 points in an NBA Finals Game 7 to win it, I'm sure y'all won't be hating. So just stop. But anyway, like, subscribe. I appreciate you. I'm out.